7 advanced strategies to become a 5.0 pickleball player. In pickleball, you can find players with skill levels ranging from complete beginners to world-class pros. Those who are just learning the game and have little to no familiarity with the rules and mechanics play at the 1.0 level. The process of progressing from a level 1 player to a level 5 player is arduous and requires a great deal of practice. For a player to reach the 5.0 level, they must master a wide range of skills and attributes to an exceptional standard. Many pickleball players around the world don't even think of themselves as a 5.0 level player because they don't meet the requirements for a competitive rating of this level and magnitude. So what key strategies do you need to learn to become a pro pickleball player? Well, let's find out in today's video. Hello and welcome to Pro Pickleball Media, your #1 spot for all pickleball content. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 7 advanced strategies to become 5.0 pickleball players. Now, let's get right into the video. Strategy number 1, don't run to the kitchen too fast. If you watch 5.0 pickleball players, it can look like they run to the kitchen too fast. Looks can be very misleading. These teams are advancing strategically towards the aim. Pickleball is one of the few sports where you're on defense when you have the serve. Because you have to let the ball bounce, your team has to stay at the baseline, while your opponent's team is already in the non-volley zone, also called the kitchen line. When they hit the return, they're now going on the attack. If everyone teaches you the same way, you always run into the kitchen, and if the ball is a little too high, it comes back at your feet, it's not the fault of your partner, you're to blame. You were in the wrong spot. You should remember 3 things. 1, as you start to move forward, watch where the shot is going. 2, keep an eye on what your opponents do. 3, take a split step and defend if you have to. Also, keep these things in mind. 1, wait for the right shot to come to the kitchen line. The best shot is the one that makes your opponent bend to hit it. 2, use the split step and stop if you can't get all the way in. Be ready to defend yourself. 3, when you hit the next shot, make sure it's soft, and then work your way into the kitchen. Now, the game is even. Strategy number 2, cover the court as a team. One of the most impressive things about watching the best teams is how well they work together. They cover the whole court and make it hard for their opponents to hit a simple winner into the open court. It's like making a wall with your partner so that your opponents can't get through it. They do a great job of that as they move back and forth into the side. At the non-volley zone, you can see that they are busy, no still feet. One thing I like to imagine is that my partner and I are connected by a bungee cord. Whenever my partner moves to the left, I also move to the left. If I move to the other side, my partner has to move in the same direction. So we get rid of some of the open court and make it much harder for our opponents to throw us off and hit a winner. Why don't you try? Try to move like your partner does the next time you go out to play. See if it makes it harder for your opponents to find the open court and hit a winner. Strategy number 3, don't be afraid to play alone. When you practice your serves, put up markers. I normally use water bottles for this purpose. Try to hit a water bottle as far away from the court as you can. Getting your serve deep will make your third shot drop much easier. Do you miss too many overhead shots? Do you hit a few overheads into the fence too often? Yeah, I've been there too. You can either throw the ball into the air or hit it with your paddle. This is a great chance to get better at putting the ball away. Try throwing the ball at different heights and moving around a bit. Learn how to return lobs. For this action, I start on the left side of the NVZ line and throw the ball towards the right side of the baseline. Make sure to practice both ways. As you run back to return the lob, you can work on your drops and drives. I don't see many people practicing sprinting back to return lobs, but it's an important part of the game as more people use lobs during a dinking rally. I know I just told you to stop lobbing, but that was mostly for third shots from the baseline. Do you have a wall on the courts or is it in your basement? Oh, I'm talking about practicing on the wall. Get your favorite tape and tape a line across your wall that is 36 inches high, 34 inches in the middle if you want to exact, and 20 inches long if you have that much space. Put a line of NVZ tape 7 inches from the wall. You just made a pickleball NVZ out of thin air. With this new thing, you can work on dinking and volleying. By volleying against the wall, I've become much faster with my hands. You get a lot more feedback from all the repetitions you can do, which helps you with both speed and control. Now, before we move ahead towards more interesting strategies, please take a second to like this video, subscribe to our channel so that we can keep bringing more informative pickleball content to you. Your little contribution means a lot for us. Strategy number 4, does the forehand always cover the middle? Surely you've heard the phrase, it's your forehand, you have the middle. But doesn't that always happen? Should the forehand cover the middle all the time? Keep watching. Say, for example, that player 1 gets the return of serve and it goes to her backhand. So, player 1 is going to turn to hit her backhand. Now, how do we cover the court when there are 2 people standing at the kitchen line on the other side? Player 1 must think about her shot. Player 2 has to cover the rest of the court, which is a hard job. Player 2 needs to move to the middle of the court and face player 3. Player 1 is going to take her shot, and her backhand is her shot. Player 2 should keep up the same pace as player 1. Square the hips and shoulders towards player 3. This lets you take shots in the middle and out to the sides. There's something else. You have to take a step forward in the direction, so you only have one step to take either shot. Player 3, point your hips and shoulders in the right direction. So there it is. That lets you move one step to the right, go wide to get a lower angle, or move right down below. The next shot will be in the middle. The important thing isn't that the forehand should cover the middle, but that you and your partner work as a team to close up these holes so you don't give away so many easy points. Strategy number 5, move to the net as a team. Here, Morgan Evans and Laura Fenton are playing together. As they move to the net, you'll notice that they stay in time with each other until they reach the kitchen line. Same clip will be shown in slow motion. So, after the serve, they won't always hit the shot and run full speed to the net as a team. They move around a little. They do a two-step. Another shot is made by Morgan. They took another step apart. And now they're finally on the internet. Here's Laura drilling me and my partner Janet. We're actually trying to get to the net with third shots. On our way to the net, you'll notice that we split step more than once. Again, this is a split step. The ball is a little high, so we don't move very far forward. So each time we try to get to that kitchen line, it will take us 3 or 4 shots. On the last point, I think it takes maybe 5 or 6 because we end up on the defensive right away. I'm going to hit a little high with the first shot, and it'll come back like a bullet. So, take the next 2 shots. Here we finally get the ball a little bit lower, and then we go up the line. But we all do it at the same time. Strategy number 6, less lobbing. I think we've all played games with someone who keeps lobbing the ball. Is it possible? Sure. Will it help you get to the next level? No. We sometimes have to lob, and there are times when we can do it well. I'm talking about the third shot lobs that are made on purpose from the baseline. What's going on? Well, you won't often go over their head with these, and if you do, the light will probably go out. Strategy number 7, be a pro spinner. Good ball spin will confuse your opponent and increase your chances of winning. Use different types of spin on your service return so that your opponent loses while trying to figure out what you're doing. As was already said, pickleball is a game of strategy in which the other player has to think hard before making a move. Spin service, on the other hand, is more like a cheat tip that can easily throw the other person off and weaken their defense. It's one of the best ways to hit the ball in pickleball. And pickleball is a fun game that needs careful planning to win. If you communicate well and use good strategies, your chances of winning will double. If you use these tips for advanced pickleball players, you can get better at the game and win every game you play. No one can stop you from succeeding if your plans are well thought out. So what are your secret pickleball strategies that made a huge difference in your game? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow picklers. Also, if you love pickleball, then make sure to watch this next video on our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.